Okay, I need you to take a deep breath with me right now. Just lean back wherever you are, driving, at home, or just taking a break from the noise. Because the energy that just dropped into my field is heavy. It's loud, and honestly, it's a complete game changer. You remember those two people who talked about you? The ones who seemed to have your name permanently fixed to their tongues. Well, I have a massive update, and you need to hear this before the day is over. One of them just hit a breaking point. I'm not just talking about a little change of heart. I'm talking about a full-on energetic collapse. They couldn't keep it inside anymore. The truth about your private life is officially out in their circle. And the way it came out, it wasn't through a filtered lens or a piece of pretty or petty gossip. It was a raw, unfiltered admission. One of them literally cracked under the pressure of your rising energy. You see, when you start vibrating at a frequency that is light years beyond where you used to be, it creates a friction in the people you left behind. That friction becomes unbearable. They have been watching you from the shadows, trying to make sense of your silence. They have been analyzing your moves, trying to find a crack in your armor. But instead of finding weakness, they found a fortress. They realized that the version of you they were trying to suppress doesn't even exist anymore. That person they used to manipulate, that person who used to stay up late worrying about their opinion, gone, replaced by someone they don't recognize. And that lack of recognition is sending them into a tailspin. What they admitted about you behind closed doors is going to change how you look at your past forever. I want you to really sit with that for a moment, for a second. We often think of private life as something we hide, but for you, your private life has become your greatest source of power. You stopped performing for the crowd. You stopped posting every win just to prove a point. You went into the dark room of your soul and you did the work. And recently, they caught a glimpse of your private happiness, and it felt like a physical blow to them. Imagine them sitting there in that same old environment, repeating the same old circles. And then they see a photo, or they hear a story, or they simply feel the shift in the atmosphere. They saw the way your skin looks now. They saw the calm in your eyes. They saw that you are not just surviving without them. You are thriving in a way that feels illegal to them. It's not just gossip anymore. It's a full-on admission of how much you have actually outgrown them. I'm picking up on a very specific dynamic between these two people. There was always one who was more aggressive, the one who led the narrative against you. And then there was the other one, the one who stayed quiet, the one who watched from the sidelines. But something shifted. The person who was trying to stay neutral finally stood up and spoke the truth about your worth. They couldn't take the lies anymore. They couldn't listen to the projections. They looked at the other person in the eye and said, "Stop. We both know they are on a level we can't even touch." One of them said something so shocking about your resilience that the other one just sat there in the total silence. I'm sensing a moment where the air just left the room, a moment where the lies they told themselves about you finally evaporated, leaving them with the cold, hard truth. You won. You won. If you have ever had a moment where someone finally admitted the truth about you, type, "The truth is out," in the comments right now. Let the universe know you're ready for the receipt. They are panicking because they realized they have zero access to this new version of you. That's the real kicker. They thought they had a lifetime pass to your energy. They thought they could exit and enter your life wherever they felt bored or insecure. But they finally hit the wall. And you didn't win by fighting. You didn't win by arguing. You won by being unreal. You won by choosing your peace over their drama. They finally admitted that everything they tried to use against you only made you more powerful. Yeah, powerful. Every stone they threw became a brick in the foundation of your new life. They thought they were burying you, but they didn't realize you were a seed. And now that you've bloomed, the fragrance of your success is making them allergic to their own stagnation. Your private life is no longer a secret they can use. It's a masterpiece they can only watch from a distance. Think about that. They used to think they owned your story. They used to think they could narrate your failures to anyone who would listen. But now your life is so elevated, so high vibe, that their gossip just makes them look small. Small. They look like fans who lost their VIP access. They are literally losing sleep trying to figure out how you found this level of peace without them. They keep asking themselves, where did we go wrong? How did they heal so fast? Who is supporting them? They can't wrap their heads around the fact that your support comes from the divine. They can't understand that when you surrendered by the battle, the universe took over the fight. This wasn't just a conversation, it was a confession of their own defeat. It was the moment they realized that the old you is dead and buried, and the new being is untouchable. I'm even sensing that one of those people is now trying to figure out how to get back into your good graces, but the door is locked. They are drafting texts they will never send. One of my subscribers sent me a screenshot last week. Her ex had typed out a 3-paragraph, or maybe 2, apology in his notes app. She saw it because he accidentally airdropped it to her phone at a coffee shop. He deleted it before sending, but she saw it. That's the energy I'm talking about. They are drafting messages, hoping for a leak of information, checking your social media from burner accounts. But you have become a closed book to them. A bestseller they can no longer afford. They saw you looking unreal, acting unreal, and living a life they thought was impossible for you. The scandal they were trying to create actually turned into a testimonial of your strength. Every bit of shade they tried to throw only served as a spotlight on your growth. People aren't looking at you and seeing the drama they tried to pin on you. They are looking at you and seeing a survivor. They are seeing a leader. They are seeing someone who walked through the fire and didn't even come out smelling like smoke. They realized that while they were talking, you were building an empire of peace. And that is the most dangerous thing you could have done. In a world that thrives on noise, your silence became a weapon. In a world that thrives on chaos, your stability became a threat. They are terrified of what you are going to do next because they no longer have the intel to predict your moves. You are a wild card now, a sovereign soul. If you feel like someone is about to reach out with a massive apology, trust that gut feeling, but also trust the wisdom that tells you an apology. An apology without change is just more manipulation. You don't need their validation anymore. You've already received the ultimate validation from the source. You have already seen the fruits of your labor. They caught you being happy, and for them, that's the ultimate consequence. Because your happiness is the one thing they can't take credit for. Your joy is the one thing they can't touch. This is the season of the great reveal. The masks are falling not just for you to see, but for the whole world to see. These two people are a microcosm of the old world you are leaving behind. Let them have their conversations. Let them have their admissions. Their cracking is just the sound of your old chains breaking for good. You are free. You are radiant. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. I want you to really lean into this private life energy. There is so much power in what people don't know about you. There is so much magic in the moves you make in the dark. Keep building, keep healing, keep being the scandal that wakes them up to their own potential. You aren't just living your life. You are living, breathing proof that the light always wins. Listen, I know it's been hard. I know there were days where you wondered if anyone saw the truth. I know there were nights where the weight of their words felt like lead. But just look at you now. You are standing in a frequency that they can't even breathe in. You have become the atmosphere. You have become the victory. When they cracked, it wasn't just about a conversation. It was the universe way of telling you that the battle is over. You can put your armor down now. You can just be. Your private happiness is the greatest revenge you could ever have. Though we don't even call it that anymore. We call it alignment. We call it justice. We call it home. They are panicking because they are homeless in your energy now. They have been evicted from your heart and your mind, and they have nowhere to go but back to themselves. And that, my friends, is the hardest place for them to be. So stay in your power. Keep that popular lunar energy if that's what feels right. Keep your circle tight and your vibration high. You don't owe anyone, an explanation for your transformation. If they don't understand it, it's because it wasn't meant for them to understand. It was meant for you to live. You are the masterpiece. And the world, including those two people, is finally seeing the light. I'm so incredibly proud of you. The way you handled this situation with grace and silence, it's the mark of a true chosen one. You didn't stoop to their level. You didn't bark back at the dogs. You just kept walking until their barking became a distant memory. And now, even the dogs are forced to admit that you are the lion. Stay turned, because the shifts we're seeing right now are just the beginning. The portal is open, the truth is out, and your abundance is rushing in to fill the space where that old drama used to live. You are divine, you are radiant, and you are absolutely 100% too good for anything that tries to bring you down. Keep your chin up, keep your glow bright, and remember, you aren't just a person, you are a whole entire atmosphere. I love you guys. Stay blessed.